Well, I'm inside because you were right. It is, there are thunderstorms out there. It's not raining right now, but it was earlier, and we're supposed to get some more later. So I just felt it was safe. Annie and I stay inside. Although Annie's kind of bummed. Are you kind of bummed, Annie? Yeah, she's just laying on me. She's kind of bummed out, but we can't go outside when it's thunderstorming and holding an umbrella over my head. I'm already taller than a lot of trees. Well, thanks for joining my channel. Hey, good morning, Olivia. Good morning. Are you going to work today? Yeah, I had to stay inside. Yeah, you were right. There was a thunderstorm already this morning, so just didn't want to do that. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Mr. Producer. All right, you guys know I like to talk about mental health being spiritual health, and I'm not a preacher. Well, I guess I am kind of a preacher. I'm not a pastor or doctor or a therapist, but I do believe that if we're healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually, we can be healthy overall. And I believe that mental health and spiritual health really go together. Oh, Olivia Works, nice. So this morning, I want to talk about Jesus, our peace. And we're going to be in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 11 through 18. Ephesians chapter 2, verses 11 through 18. And I picked verse 17, where Paul writes to the Ephesian church, non-Jewish church. He came and preached peace to you who were far away, and peace to those who were near. He came and preached peace to those who were far away, and peace to those who were near. Now, this one's about being snubbed a little bit, or not being one, because Jesus makes us one and unifies everybody, regardless of culture or race. But I'm sure you felt snubbed before in the past, maybe even in your church group, right? For me, I mean, I'm just thinking about, your golf friends, right? And sometimes guys go golfing and you want four, right? You go golfing in groups of four, and maybe you're not going that weekend. Maybe some of the other guys are going, but you're not one of them. So you kind of feel snubbed. But that hurts a little bit. But what are you going to do? Maybe you've been snubbed in another way. There's an example here about someone in a church group, and they see 10 people around a restaurant table, sharing a meal, whether it was lunch or dinner, on social media, and a girl that saw that, felt snubbed because, she didn't feel like the church group welcomed her, because they didn't invite her to that meal. I mean, we all feel that way, right? But Jesus desires unity. In fact, that's one of the reasons he came down. So the Jews were God's chosen people, and only they knew God at the time. And the Gentiles, meaning the non-Jews, didn't. And they didn't like each other because the Jews looked down on the Gentiles, and the Gentiles thought that the Jews were, holier than thou. They just thought that their stuff didn't stink, so they didn't get along at all. But when Jesus came, he essentially wiped out the Old Testament laws and regulations and things like that. And he desired unity. In fact, as Paul wrote, Jesus made the two groups one. He destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility, by setting aside in his flesh the law with his commands. That's verses 14 and 15 in Ephesians 2. So keeping the law no longer mattered, right? The Jewish law. Didn't matter if you were circumcised like the Jews or uncircumcised like the Gentiles. What counted was Jesus. And would the Jew and Gentile unite in him? Well, that depended on their response. He preached peace to both. Those who were far, meaning the Gentiles, they were far away from God because they weren't in the Jewish or Israeli community, but he also preached peace to those who were near, those in the Jewish community. Same message, different application or different group. So the self-righteous Jews needed to admit that they weren't better, while the snubbed Gentiles needed to believe that they weren't worse. They were all equal in God's eyes now because Jesus came. So, yeah, feeling snubbed, or have you ever felt snubbed? It hurts. It does. And maybe sometimes it's not right. But you can be a peacemaker as you rest in Jesus. Right, Annie? She just moved and laid on my foot. You can be a peacemaker as you rest in Jesus because he's still our peace. So my questions are, have you ever felt snubbed? Probably. I gave you my example. Have you ever felt snubbed? Good morning, Dolly. And how can you be a peacemaker? I don't know. That's a tough question. I remember breaking up a bar fight one time when I was traveling across the country. Two guys were duking it out right outside the saloon. Literally, it was a saloon. It felt like an old Western bar fight. And I broke it up and got everybody to take a selfie together. But I don't know. I don't know how to be a peacemaker, or how can I be a peacemaker? I wish I could be a peacemaker related to war. I think if everybody was truly Christian, we wouldn't have wars, right? The war in the Middle East, Russia and Ukraine. If these people or leaders were Christian, I don't think we would have war. I could be wrong, but that's just my viewpoint. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have felt snubbed. So when have you felt snubbed is the first question. And how can you be a peacemaker? Yeah, bar fight. It was pretty wild. It was somewhere out west. Somewhere like in one of the Dakotas or Wyoming or something. It was a really pretty far away from Ohio. I'm tired. You guys could probably tell. I woke up a little after 3 o'clock, sometime between 3 and 3:30. So I've been up for over 4 hours already. I'm probably going to have to take a nap before I go help Frank at the car wash. I'm not sure why I've been up, but I've been doing some stuff. Baby's all stuffed up and can't drink milk very well. Oh, that stinks. How old is your baby, Dolly? Oh, sourdough? Oh, man. I need some sourdough. I need some sourdough, Annie. Oh, 16 months? Okay. Yeah, I've been up for a while. I don't know why. I was tired last night. Went to bed pretty much right after the live, but I woke up early. And I felt awake. Now I'm getting tired again. So, I don't know. Frustrating. I know, sourdough. Hi, Vicky. Good morning. Good morning. Didn't make it outside. I would have loved to go outside. It's 61 degrees. It's very warm out. My starter is really big this morning. I have to use it. Oh, good. What is Annie sniffing? What are you doing? You got something under the chair you missing? What are you doing? I don't know what she's doing down there. Oh, 61 degrees. It's going to be another warm day. Upper 60s, maybe hit 70 today. some places in Columbus, it was over 80 yesterday. I think it was yesterday. 81 degrees. Can you believe that? Middle of March? That's bizarre. Yeah, it's really warm here. It's really strange. Yeah, I was sleepy. I was sleepy last night. Annie's really sniffing around. Annie feels bummed. She feels snubbed. Talking about feeling snubbed, she probably feels snubbed. She didn't get to go outside today, but we just couldn't. I'm glad though she wasn't afraid of the thunder. So when there was thunder and lightning, I even opened up the door. Thought she might walk out, listen to the rain with me. But she just laid there. It didn't bother her. That's good. All right. Well, hope you, I don't know, you guys got any big plans today? I know, you feel snubbed. I know, I'm sorry. It's just not good, Annie. It's not good out there. We got lightning and thunder. Yeah, what can we do? Bread making and child rearing. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Hey, Annie, Vicky says hi. It made her stop, but she's keeping walking. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Frank's. We're gonna do car wash activities. Get it running. We raised the vacuum prices yesterday. Thank goodness. We got to get the switches of the vacuums. There's switches. We need to put those inside the vacuum so people don't turn the switch down and get half price, basically, with 2 motors versus 3. That's about the only thing I think we need to do. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, snubbed. Yeah, Annie was snubbed, like my little Bible sermon this morning. I'm just kind of tired. I wish it would have been a better sermon. My babysitter snubbed me, I guess. Oh, that's a bummer when you need a break from your kids. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great day. I'm going to take off. I don't know if I'm going to take a nap or I might just start typing up all these albums of Frank's because I got to start getting them into the computer. So when we're done, I got to print them out. But we still have 50 more albums. And I'm starting to want to type everything up because I want to know exactly how many albums Frank has. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really curious how many albums Frank has. Yeah, have a good Saturday, guys. Have a good Saturday. Yeah, the change might be messing me up too. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I'll be on tonight. We'll see you this evening. Look who's ready to go out. She just doesn't understand we're not going out. I feel bad. Thanks for joining, Dolly, Vicky, Olivia, and Frank. We'll see you later, Frank. Peace.